Now that you got a basic understanding of how we use our fighting stance or what it is, and then just transitioning back and forth, utilizing our switch, and maybe some of that footwork just to kind of move, we're going to tell you and show you some of the differences on what makes Filipino kickboxing different than just regular kickboxing. Okay, one of the prime differences is that we have counter basics that we throw into there. All right, now in our counter basics, all that is instead of just taking a fighting stance, my hands are up, in typical kickboxing fashion, or if it's Muay Thai, it's a little bit higher, right? We do different types of covers for that to stay really tight in and set us up for different types of movements, safe, let's say for destructions or traps and grabs. Okay, and we do that by ensuring that we're covered. So one of the ones that we have here is our counter X. So instead of here, sometimes we might come across in this position here. Now, a lot of these you'll find are more cover positions that allow different types of movements to move in versus, again, just kind of like straight punching from this side. So that counter X is right from here. And all I'm doing is in my fighting stance, whatever fighting stance that you choose to do, we're using this right here. You're just making a big X. So a lot of times we'll be here, we'll be switching just back and forth, flowing back and forth. Okay, getting used to your hands being in this position. You could even go from normal fighting stance with the hand out to that X, switching it up from here one at a time, right? Seeing if you can hit both. Okay, getting used to the feeling of what it's like to have that here. Now, again, it's not like X super low. I'm still at my chin tucked. I'm still got those good basics. I'm hollowed out from this, and I'm just right from here. Okay, you can have your fists up. You can have your palms open to kind of just really catch or throw out your parries if you need to. But essentially, from that X position, okay, I can move in, shoot, or move in, shoot, and do a little more circular motions. You'll find that a lot in Filipino kickboxing. We do, or in most any FMA, we're doing a lot more circular grinding motions. If you ever do our study course on the 10 elements, this is more of a metal type of motion that we do. Okay. So outside of our counter X, we do have other shields that we do, like our T covers. So our T covers, from that X, all that we're doing is posting up on one side. Okay. Now, for me, preference, I'll tap up front here, make sure that I have that cover for this, and then I'm just covering with that T. Now, there's two ways to do it. You can do it from here or on the inside, depending on how you feel for it. Totally up to you. But I'm essentially blocking one side up and then one side on the chin, right? So I can really just cover in and pull in really nice and tight, and I could switch it to the other side if I need to. So those are my T covers going from side to side. Same idea. I can roll it, right? I can scoop it, just moving around, switching, maybe going in the opposite direction, trying to find where it is that I can move in very tight quarters, right? Trying to get and transition or get to these T covers just over and over and over again. Sometimes you might need that. Boom, like, oh, shot's coming in, or maybe you're here, shot came in, and instead of staying here and moving down, maybe this is pinned, I can move it out and still utilize this hand. Okay, so get used to transitioning. You can even throw that in with the X, right? Your counter X, moving in, boom, nice and easy. Rolling, right? Here, or up, right? Different directions. We're not just going in one direction all the time. We're trying to feel what feels natural, okay? What may feel unnatural. Maybe we want to stay away from it. Maybe we want to train it, okay? That's the beauty part of this system. You kind of get to dictate what it is that you want to learn, okay? But you find something you like, practice it. You find something you don't like, practice it, okay? That's the whole part of training. Okay, moving on. Outside your T covers, we got two other ones. We got our double shields. Double shields is kind of similar to your T covers, but if this is my T from this side and I'm blocking on one side, right, I'm actually going to double up my shield on that side. Okay, that's what makes it a double shield. This is different than our 2-point shields and our 3-point shields, where we're actually hitting the limb all at the same time as a 3-point. okay? I'm actually coming up and reinforcing one side. Say if I'm on the ground, okay, and I'm down on one side, I may not necessarily need to protect my head as much if I'm close to the ground, even though I'm trying to hold it up. I want to protect the part that's getting hit the most by reinforcing. And a couple of ways you can do it. Now let's try it this way so I'm not covering the mic as much. I, for one, like to kind of grab my shoulder and then grab my head. And then this is one side. Notice I'm not all the way across like in a T cover. I'm all the way kind of reinforcing, stacking these up against each other. Okay, you can come up here. Some people just go right on the temple, right? So they're protecting their temple with a fist or their palm. Okay, but I particularly like going onto the shoulder. Okay, if I need to, I can protect my neck at the same time and just really cover up. That's the one side. So for my double shields, it is heavy defense on one side. All right, those are to take bigger impacts, just in case, to spread out the force across multiple parts of your arm or your hands, right? Even your shoulders, and then reinforcing that coming inside with the other side coming tight. Okay, those are your double shields. The last thing that we use is something called double rails. All right, we actually have a self-defense in our self-defense course called double rails, and you learn that pretty early. But double rails is essentially, if these are double pillars, when the hands are like pillars, we're going to create double rails by maintaining that hollow out position and turning them horizontal. Now for this, I generally, again, like to keep this protecting around my temples, and this is kind of protecting my chin, that lower part. And you notice when I have double rails, you can kind of see right in between them if I need to. Okay, so these are really, really powerful cover positions. I can even ram, boom, from this and trying to push myself, say, away from a wall from that double rails position, covering. If you need to, you can also post up underneath the armpit to kind of protect here, right? You can wrap the hand around, but I can literally, boom, and try to bump forward, try to clear out some space, so then I can counterattack, right? I can hit those different strikes from there, or transition. So speaking of transitions, again, from all the 4 different types of counter basics that we have with the different covers, right? That X to that T, right? Maybe moving back and forth, trying to find which way is going to be the most effective or how you can feel that. Moving into our double shields, right? Tight. This can be a double shield too. I'm just really posting up on that one side, okay? I don't like it up front for me. That's my preference, okay? But I like to come in really, really tight from here, moving up, in, right? Even from here, maybe I switch, right? Instead of coming up top here, I'm going to always cover one and the other. Maybe I switch them at the same time, or in and out. But I can go back and forth if I need to. From here, up, boom, boom, tight, any sort of way. Remember, all this is literally just trying to get you to think about your defense in a more FMA style of handling defense, as opposed to what everyone's used to, double pillars, right? Because again, if I'm doing double pillars versus double rails, if I'm blocking and my high shield, I can't really see too much. But here, I have full range all the way across from here that I can actually see. All right. So those are your counter basics. We have to practice the transitions between them. Get to know them really, really intimately as much as you can. And if, of course, you have any questions, please let us know. All right. Last note for this, just like anything else, nothing is 100% defense proof or bulletproof. Okay. There's always going to be something, some sort of counter or something that you're giving up by doing one thing or another. Okay. So this is why we take an approach of universality for everything. It's all movement. It's all how the body moves and how you feel during the move, so to really find what style that you particularly like, and then essentially build your own repertoire. All right. Those again, counter basics. Go and practice it.